Welcome to the Blueprint Solutions video tutorial series. In this tutorial, we'll show you how to manage roles and users. Click on the Setup menu on the left toolbar. There is now a place under User Administration where you can manage roles and users. Only the owner is given the ability to make adjustments to roles and users. Owners can designate other owners. Click on Roles to view roles at your office and create new ones. You can assign specific user privileges to these specific roles. To create a new role, click Create New at the bottom of the screen and give the role a name. Click Create. By clicking on that specific role, you now have some options. Click on Edit to view those options. You can edit the details, to rename that role, or to inactivate it. Click Update to save any changes. You can edit the privileges associated with that role. From the Edit Role Privileges dialog box, you can hover over any of the privileges to see a description of those privileges in the bubble text. You can now individually assign that role specific privileges, or in the top right-hand corner, you can copy the privileges from a previous role you have set up, or copy the privileges assigned to a specific user. The ability to maintain users and roles is something only given to the owners. Click Update when complete. By highlighting a specific role, you can also use your Edit option to edit the reports available to users with that role. By clicking on Edit Reports, you can select specific reports to assign to that role, or copy those reports from another role or another user. Click Update to save. You can also add and remove users. Clicking on users will show you a list of any of the active users. Click Create New at the bottom of your screen to set up a new employee. Begin with that user's username and assign them a password. Enter that person's first name and last name. You can optionally input a job title and qualifications. And then you can assign that user a role. The user will inherit all the privileges assigned to that role. You can also set up that person's default location. If this was a provider, you could input their MPI number, and then don't forget to input an email address. Once all required fields are filled in, the Create button is activated. If this is a user that you would like to appear on your schedule, simply check the Has Calendar box. You can assign that person a specific color on the calendar and also adjust their calendar display name. Decide if you want to allow for double booking of that person or not. Click Create to save that user. James is now created as a user in Blueprint. We'll see James' last name, first name, role, job title, qualifications, and whether or not he can be scheduled on our calendar. Clicking on the new user, you can use your Edit button at the bottom to edit the details you just entered, to change the password for that user. You can also edit the privileges. Because James has been assigned the accountant role, he's inherited all the privileges assigned to that accountant role. We could assign him the privileges of an additional role as well. We could use the drop-down menu to assign him privileges associated with another role or another user, or individually add additional privileges we want James to have access to. Click Update to save. We could also edit the reports that James has access to. James will automatically inherit the reports that have been set up under the specific roles. But again, we could adjust his reporting access by changing his role. We could copy reporting access similar to another role or another user, or individually assign him additional reporting access, and then click Update to save. You'll want to ensure you give that person access to one or more locations. Click Edit and select Edit, Scheduling, and Location. Decide which location or locations the user can have access to. And then if the user has a calendar and can be scheduled, you'll want to denote as to what locations that user can be scheduled at. Click Update to save your change. For example, Lydia, one of the audiologists, has a calendar. If I click Edit and do Edit, Scheduling, and Location, I can decide, yes, Lydia has access to both locations, and I also want to schedule her at both locations. By logging out and logging back into Blueprint, you would see those changes take effect on the schedule. You can also adjust a provider's tax number for insurance billing purposes. Click on a provider and click Edit at the bottom and select Edit Provider Tax Number. Click into the tax number field to adjust the tax number for the provider for the particular location, and then you can also adjust the ID type to be the provider's identification number or social security number. Click Update to save the change. This will affect the information stored on box 25 on that HCFA claim form. To deactivate a user, simply click on that user and click Deactivate. You'll be provided with a prompt. Click Yes to proceed. The user is now deactivated as a user in Blueprint. If you need to reactivate a user, simply uncheck your Show Active Items Only box to see any users that have been deactivated. Click on that user and select Reactivate. Click Yes when asked to proceed. Checking Show Active Items Only will show you all active Blueprint users in your system. We hope you found this Blueprint tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, please give us a call.